Game Week 29 is of course a blank game week in FPL, and today I'm looking at the best free hit draft for your teams. Let's jump into it. Off in goal we have Jose Sarr, who faces Southampton away from home. Southampton are probably the best fixture to target this season, whether it be home or away, and Wolves playing them this week is a real good opportunity to capitalise on that. Vitor Pereira has been brilliant since coming in. I think Jose Sarr is probably one of the best value goalkeepers in the game as well. Only 4.3 mil, looks really good value, and again playing Southampton this week is really a no-brainer. Danny Ward is the backup goalkeeper. He's of course going to be on the bench. Next up into the defence we have Ryan Aitner. Exact same reasoning to Jose Sarr. You're going to want to target that Southampton fixture, and he also has some decent attacking potential, even though he hasn't really gotten that many returns yet this season. We also have Ola Aina, been playing amazing this season for Nottingham Forest. Really good value FPL pick and a good fixture in Game Week 29. Of course, you want to be targeting those good fixtures with so many of the main teams like Liverpool and Newcastle blanking. Next up we have James Tarkowski. Another really good single game week fixture. Sean Dyche, ever since he's gone, Everton have looked a lot better, a lot more attacking as well. Beto chipping in with a lot of goals under David Moyes, and Tarkowski, of course, the captain, has been a big part of that as well. Defensively, Everton always look pretty strong, and Tarkowski is probably my main pick from them. Then we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, exactly the same reasoning as Everton. Since their new manager has come in, they've looked a lot better. They beat Arsenal only a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty sure Wan-Bissaka got a goal in that, got an assist in that game as well. So he looks really good. He's probably been West Ham's player of the season across the entire season as well. He's a really good player, definitely someone to keep your eye out for. Then we have the final player, Josko Gvardiol. Manchester City don't necessarily have the best fixture this week against Brighton, because Brighton obviously beat them earlier in the season, the reverse fixture. But Gvardiol, considering that it's on a free hit, you can pretty much afford whoever you want to sign, because some of the main players like Trent, like Isak, like Salah, obviously you can't pick them. So someone like Gvardiol, who's a bit more expensive, you wouldn't probably have him in your real team. Good opportunity to have him on a free hit. Moving on to the midfield, we have two players who face each other, Justin Kluivert and Brian Mbeumo, two of the talisman for the teams, both on double figures for goals this season, both been playing really well, and I do expect both to score in that game, but hopefully Brentford get the win. Then we have Bruno Fernandes. He does play Leicester, probably the second best fixture you can have this season. It is at the King Power Stadium, which again is another advantage, because I don't think Leicester have scored in like the last 5 or 6 games at home, which is just really, really poor. Of course, they are in the relegation zone, but Bruno Fernandes, probably underrated as a pick, probably one of the standout captains for this week as well. I'd definitely be looking to captain him if this were my free hit team. Then we have Jarrod Bowen, same reason as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, always a consistently good player for West Ham, and this week a decent fixture and someone that I would look to target. And then finally, Brennan Johnson. It's a free hit. That's exactly what you should be doing, free hitting, bringing in players like differentials. Brennan Johnson's not a player you'd have in your regular team, but he is someone that could potentially do well this week against Fulham. Now moving on to the front line, we have Jørgen Strand Larsen, again to complete the Wolves triple up. It's really disappointing that Matheus Cunha can't be in this team, because he'd probably be another standout captain option against Southampton, but Strand Larsen can come in and hopefully do a good job. Probably not as good as what Cunha could have done, but hopefully still a good job, maybe get a goal or two, and that would be really nice. Wouldn't captain him, but definitely an option. Then we have Chris Wood. Again, do we need to talk about Chris Wood? He's been exceptional this season. I mean, decent fixture, great form, scores what feels like every single shot, and Nottingham Forest, of course, always a team to target. And then finally, I initially had Beto in this team. I've gone with Erling Haaland again, just because similar reason to Josko Gvardiol, because you can afford him. If you can afford to have Haaland, I'll very rarely choose to not afford to not go with Haaland. If you can afford him, just go with him. It's a decent fixture enough this game week. A free hit is about getting the best players, but also about getting in some nice differentials. I personally think Haaland will do better than Beto this week, so that's why I've gone with him. If you think it's the other way around, of course, go with whichever player you think is the best. This is what I've gone though with my Game Week 29 free hit draft. Honestly, looking at it, I'm kind of tempted. I probably won't use it myself, but I'm definitely tempted, particularly with players like Bruno Fernandes, Brennan Johnson, Strand Larsen, type of players that you wouldn't probably have in your real team. Good opportunity for them to do well this week. That is it for today's video. I'm actually recording this ahead of the Game Week 28 deadline, so a little bit early I've gone for this one. So certain things like injuries, suspensions, I don't know what happens in Game Week 28. So if some of these players are injured, then I will check out the pinned comment and I'll include more info in there. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time.